My marriage to Hizdahr.
It's political. I think he's smart enough to understand that.
Marry me instead.
Even if I wanted to do such an inadvisable thing, I couldn't.
Why not? You are queen. You can do what you like. Gather all the great masters and wise masters and worthy masters you can find. And slaughter them all.
I am a queen, not a butcher.
Why would you do that? Surely she's not going to do that.
A man of the people who does Cersei's dirty work for her. I'm here for my grandson and granddaughter.
Your grandson and granddaughter swore sacred vows and lied.
You live among murderers, thieves, and rapists. And yet you punish Loras for shagging some perfume ponce, and Marjorie for defending her brother?
Yes. The gods' laws must be applied to all equally.
What about Cersei?
Equality you want, so be it.
Why didn't she mention about Cersei? I don't get it. I mean, Cersei's been doing her own brother. What does he want? Oh my god, he's not going to try and get in there as well, is he?
She's in a prison cell, and there is nothing I can do. I am the king. The queen is in prison, and there is nothing I can do.
Go on, Tommen.
I'll call in the army. I'll take back the sept and kill every last one of them. I love her. I love her.
Well done, Cersei.
We must be strong for those we love. We cannot give in to despair.
Oh, shut up.
I will speak with the High Sparrow. There must be something.
Let me talk to him on your behalf. I would do anything for you.
You had more hair.
And more hands. I've come to take you home.
This is my home. This has been my home for years. Well, I love Trystane. I'm going to marry him and we're staying right here.
I don't understand.
Of course you don't. You don't know me.
I told you, Jamie.
How's your arm?
Wonderful. Wouldn't feel right to leave Dawn without a new scar.
I'm not the most beautiful woman you've ever seen.
In King's Landing, there was an absolutely gorgeous.
How's your arm now?
You seem concerned with it.
Oh, he's been drugged, hasn't he? God, he would die, is he?
It's nothing. It's the dry air.
Oh, they use poison, don't they, on the blades?
It's coated with a special ointment from Ashai. The only antidote. Who's the most beautiful woman in the world?
You.
Don't drop it.
That's weird.
Together we murdered a king. If my house should fall, I will have nothing to hide. Do you deny a part in all this?
Cersei summoned me to King's Landing. I dared not refuse her. I have a gift for you.
What kind of gift?
The same kind I gave Cersei. A handsome young man.
We fight to die for your...
She's there. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Wow.
Get him out of my sight.
I brought you a gift.
He has. I am the gift. My name is Tyrion Lannister.
That would have been a good ending there.
This is horrible. Unacceptable. I know you did this. Lies come easily to you. Everyone knows that.
Get out, you hateful bitch!
You saw her?
Yes.
And?
Her accommodations seem sufficient. What happens to her now?
A trial will be held for each of them to determine if they're guilty of any acts that might constitute a violation of the tenets of the faith.
How is she getting away with this? Because...
The chapel is one of the oldest structures in King's Landing. What will we find when we strip away your finery?
Ooh.
A young man came to us not long ago.
Is that her cousin?
And he has much to say about you.
Oh yes, please. Oh please. Oh my god.
Move. You will order her to let me go.
Oh my god.
Queen.
It's backfired. Ooh, I'm loving this. Oh my god. Can't get too excited. Don't get too excited. So that was Game of Thrones Season 5, Episode 7, The Gift. Yeah, I didn't get the meaning of The Gift at all. Got it completely wrong, but then hey, you know, it's a lucky guess, wasn't it? Lucky guess. What an amazing episode. I loved that episode. The ending was just peach. Oh my god. Loved it, loved it. Yeah, I can't wait to see where that one goes. That's brilliant. I've been saying for a while, why hasn't someone said something? Because the whole of the whole of King's Landing, the whole of Westeros knew pretty much about Cersei and Jaime and about Tommen. You know, everyone knew about it. It was only a matter of time. So yeah, she's kind of shot herself right in the foot now, and I love it. I am loving it. Yes, I'll be smiling until the next episode at least. So yeah, we started off with the Wall, and Jon left with Tommen on his adventure to go and get the wildlings on side. Maester Aemon unfortunately died, and I love him. I loved him to bits. I really wanted him to see Daenerys at some point, but it was never going to be, was it? So yeah, that was sad. And then Thorne, when they burnt the body, Thorne sort of turned to Sam and said, "All your friends are gone now," and I'm already starting to dread it, because he does rely on Jon being there for him the whole time to protect him. So yeah, I'm really dreading it with Sam now. And then later on we saw Gilly sort of doing some washing, and then two of the men crows walk in, and it really does annoy me, this whole Wall thing, because none of them are loyal to each other, and it kind of, they have the whole, oh yeah, we're the crows and we're brothers and all that, but they're not brothers, are they? They're not brothers at all. It just seems like they don't really give a shit about each other, and it's only just takes one little thing to spark off, you know, this internal kind of conflict with them all. So it's really frustrating. So yeah, these two guys have basically tried it on with her. Sam's walked in, bless him, got his sword out, and he just got beaten to a pulp, and it was horrible to watch, because the guy just didn't stop hitting him. It's like, oh come on, give the guy a break. And then he stood up again, and I thought when he stood up again that he was going to lose his shit and become like mental and just take them both out. That didn't happen. In walks Ghost, and sorts them out basically, gets them running. So and then the last bit with Sam and Gilly is Gilly basically sort of tries it on with him, which I thought was brilliant. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. Bless Gilly, you know, those two are beautiful together. But yeah, so will these two men face justice now? Probably not. You probably won't see them again now. And now I'm more worried that all of them are going to start to sort of try it on with Gilly now, and it's just going to be horrible, really horrible to watch. In Winterfell, you see poor Sansa, and obviously they've skipped some time as well. It's not straight after. I thought it was, because Reek walks into the room with a breakfast tray, and I thought it was the morning after, but it's not. And Sansa made it clear that she said every night he comes in and does this. So this has been going on for a while now, and this really sucks. And she pleaded to Reek, or Theon. She pleads to Theon. Could he go and put that candle in the window and light it? And I think that is for Brienne. I think that's it's just Brienne, isn't it? There's no one else that's going to come to her rescue. Theon agreed that he would do it. He sort of nodded his head, walked off, went straight to Ramsay and told him what she'd done. And what did Ramsay do? He found the old lady who had sort of stood by Sansa and just did the skinned her and hung her up, and he did a Ramsay. He did a proper Ramsay on her. And Sansa obviously saw it and was just destroyed. And also Ramsay told Sansa that Jon is alive and well, and he's the Lord Commander at the Wall now. She didn't know that, and I think that might give her a bit of hope, and that might give her a target where if she escapes, that's where she's going to try and get to. So he probably shouldn't have told her that, but that might be giving her that hope now. We did see a little clip of Brienne, a very, very short clip of her just sort of looking at Winterfell but waiting for the sign. I don't know what she's going to do, even if they did do the sign. how's she going to rescue her? I really don't know. And then we went on to Stannis. Not liking this storyline one bit. Basically, he's very stubborn, Stannis, and he's not going to turn back to Castle Black. All his soldiers are frozen. They're dying. The horses are dying. His sellsword, they've all gone. They've disappeared in the night. So that's, I think he said 500 men less than he had before. So he's really up against it. And now Melisandre wants Shireen to sacrifice. And I knew this would happen. And alright, fair enough, he kicked her out. He said, there's no way that's happening, he kicked her out. But that's not it, is it? That's not going to be the end. Because you can just see that she's going to keep on going at him. The only way he's going to win this battle, the only way he's going to become true king, the only way he's going to do this and that, is going to be if Shireen is sacrificed. And that's God, man. I'm hating this. Absolutely hating it. Because the more desperate he gets, it will happen. You know, he's going to think, oh, this is the only way. So I guess we're going to have to see. But I'm not happy, and I'm going to be devastated if that happens. Oh God. So we saw Daenerys and Dario in bed together, so they're definitely an item now. And she explains that her marriage to what's his name, her marriage to Hizdahr is purely for just to try and bring Meereen together. That's the only reason. It's not a proper marriage as such. And Dario is still insisting that the best way forward is to kill all the leaders of the families. He's still insistent on it, and she's not having any of it, thankfully, at least at the minute. We then jump to Tyrion and Jorah being sold by the slavers, and Jorah got sold, and then Tyrion managed to convince the person that had bought him that they come as a team by beating up the guy that had him on a chain, which is quite funny. That was a funny scene. So yeah, they were allowed to go together, which is a good thing. I'm glad they're still together. And then they next clip you see they're at the fight pit, which jumped quite a bit, I have to say. So they were in Meereen, and then obviously the slaves, I guess they're slaves, but they started fighting. Daenerys was getting more and more wound up, didn't want to see it, and Hizdahr, whatever his name is, was trying to convince her just to stay to the end, just what it's tradition to stay to the end. And she just got to the point where she was like going to walk out, when suddenly Jorah burst through the door. He's got a mask on, so she couldn't see who he was, and then just takes out every single one of them that's there. Didn't kill any of them though. What I noticed, he was just sort of knocking them all out. And then he approached Daenerys and took his helmet off. And Daenerys just said, "Get him out of my sight." And which wasn't the reaction that I thought it would be, actually, and it certainly wasn't the reaction that he thought it would be. And then he asked for just for a moment to talk, and she was having none of it. And then he said, "I brought you a gift." The gift. I get it now. And then Tyrion walks out, says that he is the gift, and then she says, "Well, who are you?" And he said, "I'm Tyrion Lannister." And that would have been the best ending, I think. That would have been a really good ending right there. But no, they went to King's Landing. Back at dawn, we see Marcella chat with Jaime, and she is not impressed. She's not going anywhere. She said, "I am staying here. I've been here, lived here for years. This is my home." She wants to marry her other half. She's more than happy. So that was a complete waste of bloody time, wasn't it, really? And then down in the cells, we see the Sand Snake Girls, whatever their name is, and they're in an opposite cell to Bronn, and Bronn's singing away, and one of the girls just saying, "Oh, he's got a great voice." I thought it was quite funny. And then she sort of goes up to the cage where opposite him and says, "Am I not the most beautiful woman in the world?" And Bronn's just like, "Oh, I've seen better." And then she starts to undress. And she keeps saying to him, "How's your arm? How's your arm now?" And he's like, It's fine, it's no problem at all." And then his nose starts to bleed, and he starts to get really, really weak. And of course, in Dawn, they spike all their swords with snake venom, don't they? Obviously, I'd forgotten about that completely. And she'd cut his arm, and then all of a sudden, he starts to look really rough and really bad. And she takes off this a necklace, and she said this is the only antidote that's for it. And I didn't think it was the antidote, and secondly, I didn't think she was going to give it to him. I thought she was going to let him die, and I thought that was going to be the end of Bronn. I was like, "Oh God, don't die this way." And then she throws it to him after he admits that she is the most beautiful girl in the world. She throws it to him, and he drinks it quick. And I'm assuming that he's going to be all right now. Again, weird scene, bit odd, but there you go. The whole Dawn thing's been a bit odd. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen now. If Jamie seems to be, he's not. I don't know why he's not in a cell, but I guess he must be. Are they going to be allowed to go? I'm not sure. Really not sure. So finally, in King's Landing, Olenna confronts the High Sparrow, and a really good scene. I love the writing there, and I love it when these intelligent minds kind of battle against each other. But he was having none of it from Olenna. She even tried bribing him with gold, which was a silly idea, because the guy hasn't even got any shoes, you know what I mean? Clearly he's just not interested in that sort of thing. And he said that they will be trialled like everybody else. They'll have to face a trial. So she sort of kind of lost that battle. And then Olenna confronts Littlefinger, because she believes that he was the one that gave the information that got Loras arrested, which I suppose, I don't think he gave the information, did he? I mean, he did set it up, I suppose, so technically he is kind of to blame in a... But Cersei's really to blame, but yeah, I get that, I get why she'd think that. And again, I think he hinted that there was also a way of getting Cersei kind of in trouble as well. But I'm not really sure if it was him either. I mean, like I said before, the whole of Westeros knew. I mean, all of King's Landing knew about Cersei and Jamie, so I don't think Littlefinger really had much input in that. And we saw a clip of Tommen with Cersei again. I hate the way she plays him, I really do, because he's clearly upset. He said, it's the woman that I love, you know, she's in there, He even started getting... I quite liked what he was saying to begin with. He was going to get an army, he would start a war, he would do anything. But then Cersei just whittled her way into him again and said, oh, I'll sort it out, don't worry, I'll sort it out. And then he backed down, but he was starting to get the anger, and I was like, go on, Tommen, do it. And then we saw Cersei being her snaky self again. She went to visit Marjorie, who looked rough as, and she went down there and said, oh, I'll try and get them to free you and all this. And Marjorie's having none of it. She knows that Cersei set it all up. She's not stupid. She even threw the food at her and I think she called her a bitch or something like that, which was quite cool. And then we see Cersei then go to see the High Sparrow and sort of say to him, the condition she's in seemed fine to me and all this, being really nasty again. That horrible little smirk came on her face again when she knew that they were going to possibly, I guess, be executed. I'm not sure what if they're found guilty, I'm not sure what the punishment is. I'm guessing, being Game of Thrones, it'll be death. And she was loving the fact that they were going to get killed. And then it was weird, because High Sparrow went on this tangent about how it was built, how the place was built. And I thought, what? Why is he doing this? Because this isn't relevant. And Cersei wasn't interested in what he was saying. She was like, just didn't care. And then, of course, he came to the fact that someone knows something about you, Cersei, as well. And her face that smirk just dropped. And of course it was her, I think it was her nephew, wasn't it? Was it her nephew? I think it was a nephew, yeah. I think it was a cousin, I'm sure he was a nephew. Yeah, it's a nephew, of course it's a nephew. Is it a nephew? Because it's her uncle's son, isn't it? So it'd be cousin then. That's a cousin. It's cousin, isn't it? Yeah, cousin. See, I worked it out on my own there. It's cousin. The things that they've done together, obviously. And all of a sudden, it went tits up big time for Cersei, because he then come out as well, and obviously he'd confessed to High Sparrow everything that they'd done. Everything's going to come out now, and they arrested her. Oh, it was so sweet. One of the best endings that we've ever had. I absolutely loved that ending. It was brilliant. And I don't know where this is going to go now. I'm so excited. I hope they carry this on in the next episode, because oh my god, Cersei now is going to be up for trial. This is brilliant. This is brilliant. I'm so much happier at the end of this episode than was the last one. This is fantastic. I am loving this. So yeah, that's kind of what happened anyway, in a nutshell. It wasn't really a nutshell, was it? It was a pretty big nut. But yeah, so yeah, I'll see you again in the next episode, in episode 8, which is... Oh god, where is it? Let me find this out a minute. Stay there. Don't go anywhere. Wait there. So yes, I will see you next time in episode 8, which is Hard Home. I guess Arya will be back in the next one again, because we didn't see none of her in that episode. That might explain what all that was about. But yeah, so yes, I shall see you in the next episode. Take care of yourselves and stay safe. Thank you for watching, and see you really soon. Bye.